Okay, hi there. This is another article for CPE, Extreme Sport. Write an article discussing extreme sports, about 280 to 320 words. Extreme sport. I think probably I might go extreme sports, but you could say extreme sport. It works as well. This article was written by Roland Simon. Taking up extreme sport has been surging after 1 year of virus-related restrictions on people's daily lives. Virus-related restrictions after 1 year of virus-related restrictions on people's daily lives. Okay. People have heaved a sigh of relief, and they wanted to relish freedom and adrenaline rush. So people have heaved a sigh of relief. You need to say that the lifting of these restrictions. Let's see. So we need something more after this. Okay, so after this, people have heaved a sigh of relief, and just want generally to relish freedom and an adrenaline rush, because it's a rush. I'm going to describe my first experience with mountain climbing. I think probably at mountain climbing. And I will give advice for the cohort of young people, 18 to 30-year-olds. Firstly, before you embark on a perilous adventure of a precipitous mountain hike, you ought to begin. Firstly, before you embark on a perilous adventure of a precipitous mountain hike, you ought to begin this extreme sport in a safer environment at first. Okay, the begin and the first is a bit of tautology. You ought to begin this extreme sport in a safer environment. I'm going to take it out. I did the same thing, following my trainer's suggestions. So, use this phrase here, the same thing, exactly the same thing, or the very thing, following my trainer's suggestions. You need to prepare yourself physically and mentally, and you should be aware of your strengths and weaknesses prior to, so this is dependent on prior, therefore ing, setting off. Hiking in the natural environment. It will come as no surprise to you that mountain climbing is prone to accidents. I'm not sure if hiking and mountain climbing are the same thing, but I'm going to leave that. I paid extra attention to my instructor's invaluable advice, which included a healthy diet and so I paid extra attention to my instructor's invaluable advice, which included a healthy diet and what necessary equipment I should buy, such as ropes, vest. I'm not sure what you mean by vest. I guess in American as a jacket. Vest, maybe. Okay, I'm British. For me, a vest is a piece of underwear, such as ropes. But we've only got two in the list, so ropes and vest. Secondly, the big day came, which I had waited for a long time. So instead of putting a double for here, for which I had waited for a long time. So for a long time, let's make this for what seemed like ages. After months of certain amount, after months of a certain amount of persuasion, my instructor relented, and agreed to take me with his summer group. We travelled to Slovakia during the summer. We travelled to Slovakia during summer. I think I'd want a semicolon here. Yeah, not a comma splice. So to summer and semicolon. Slovakia is situated in the heart of Europe. The Slovak landscape boasts its mountains, boasts mountainous nature. So I think, no, I'm going to go boasts a mountainous landscape. Looks better. So we travelled to Slovakia during the summer. Slovakia is situated in the heart of Europe. And the Slovak landscape, sorry, I've done this badly. The Slovak landscape boasts, so not a mountainous, so we're going to have to do something else here because I can't put landscape and landscape. But so boasts some incredible mountainous regions. It was summer, and we were excited, and we all were excited. Okay, and we were all excited. Okay, so although there was scorching heat, we wore thick clothes because the temperature is much colder at high altitude, than at the legs, at the foot of the mountain. So although there was scorching heat, we wore thick clothes because the temperature is much colder at high altitude than at the foot of the mountain. When we were somewhere in the middle of the Tatra mountain, we ran into heavy rain. I like this ran into. And we had to find a new route because of a landslide, a rock slide, because of a landslide. Despite this hindrance, nothing could tarnish our adventurous spirit. We slept in tents, and dreamed or dreamt, I'm going to put dreamed, about the next day. When we reached the summit, we were taken aback by the breathtaking view, which compensated us for the setbacks. Not only did this experience mark a milestone in my sporting life, but it also provided me with an unforgettable, once-in-a-lifetime adventure. In conclusion, no matter what your climbing ambitions are and how daredevil you might be, you should begin climbing with indoor practice. You should take into account every one of the trainer's suggestions. You should take into account every one of the suggestions and join these. And you have to buy some basic equipment because safety is of paramount importance. Okay, let's see. It's not bad. I'm still trying to find a difference for this hike and for a precipitous mountain hike. You see, I think here you really probably need to change it for climb, because hiking is walking through the hills and walking through the mountains. Yeah, and you're not hiking, you're actually climbing the mountain itself. Okay, so do you answer the question? Yeah, I think you answered it in quite an interesting way. I think so maybe 4 out of 5 for answering the question, something like that. How ambitious is the grammar? Okay, you've got a nice little inversion. Not only does something happen. Maybe 3.75 in adventurousness of grammar. The vocabulary is good as always. There are always some interesting words. An adrenalin rush, the cohort, strengths and weaknesses, etc., prone to, and things like that. So vocabulary, I think 4.5. How cohesive is it? How well does it join together? I think it joins together actually quite well. It does read quite well. Maybe try to lengthen your sentences a bit. Try joining sentences together rather than cutting it into short sentences. Yeah. So how well does it read? I think probably 3.75. Little mistakes. Yes, there are little mistakes. Some of these do impinge on the understanding. But definitely better than usual. I think 3.75. Let's see. I think I would probably give it something like a 7 at CPE. This is probably a good B, a B plus, something like that. So well done and good work.